Hopefully get this erected and I can embrace my inner Amish that builds a whole barn in a day.
This is what Matt looks like when he's figuring things out in his head. Don't interrupt him when he's doing this.
We came together, we united and conquered.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today is gonna be fun. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be a lot of work, but we have finally got a little bit of time where we can go back working on our bamboo fence. If you didn't see our previous video on it, we decided that we had enough with the iguanas and we're going to build a bamboo fence so it's free, bamboo off the property, and we should be able to keep out the predators and hopefully get a good garden eventually. The problem is it takes a really long time, a lot of cutting. We've tried to find different solutions to make it go faster. So,
well, that's what we've learned in life. There ain't no such thing as free. You cannot pay the Home Depot, but you just have to work 4 times the amount of time to save that money. So basically the world is built to where it is if you just did your job, it's actually cheaper for you just to go to your job, make the money, and spend the money for the Home Depot people to bring you the wood and all that stuff to do. Because if you have to source it yourself, you've already spent 2-3 days cutting down bamboo, and if you just spent that 2-3 days working, you know, let's say you make
it's gonna look cool. We're gonna get into it, guys. Don't be afraid. We did let our garden get overgrown, so it wasn't a garden. It was an old pumpkin patch.
It was an old pumpkin patch. Just once the iguanas came through and ate everything, decimated it.
We cried and
we gave up. We moved on to different projects, but the weather's been so terrible that we can't do those projects. So now we can do this project. It's just, you know, we're dancing the dance. Life's, I think a radio station person said, life's a dance you learn as you go one time. So that's how it goes.
Every golden sunrise breaking through, songbirds in the morning, an ancient melody. These are the gifts we're given that make life worth living.
All right, so I got a good amount cut down, ready to go. Now I gotta bust those up, crack them and split them so that Kristen can be weaving. I think if I get this pile cut up and split, Kristen should be able to weave the rest of this wall and we'll be able to finish that and have this area clean.
And if I to lead you home, keep on running, keep on running. Keep on running, keep on running, running into the light. Bitterness will break you, eat your heart alive. But the wilderness can teach you to let love be the guide. You got a song worth singing and a fire to lead you on. Keep on running, keep on running.
Guys, Matt was hitting one of those pieces of bamboo with the sledgehammer and there was old stinky water in it and it like blew up. I'll try to slow it down on the time lapse to see if we can see it. It was disgusting and now it smells like doo-doo.
Straight dookie out here.
And
Pretty
it
disgusting.
got all over you.
Yeah, I got murked on that.
He got a facial of doo-doo water.
Yep.
But as you can see behind us, I've pretty much gotten one wall completed. Not me by myself, obviously. I've got one wall completed on the weave, so we're going right along. This is going well so far. And I got gloves so I don't cut my hands.
Yep. Yep, she got the gloves, so we're moving right along. right, so Kristen did a great job weaving. We came together, we united and conquered. As you can see over there, I put a big stiff strip where I split one piece of bamboo in half and I sandwich it at the top. That really helped with the stiffness. I've hit it a few times with the lawnmower since then and it has not fallen over, which is really great. This is our 50 feet of fence. So we have 50, 60, 70, we have like another 80 feet to do around the rest of the side, but the other side is going to be a greenhouse, so I have to get that done in there first. But yeah, this went really, really well, and it's going perfectly for us. How do you feel about it? You think a 50 by 20 foot greenhouse or vegetable garden is big enough?
I think that's huge and probably more than what we need.
Yeah, we want to be able to get 15.
For people that haven't really grown much, it seems like a lot.
Well, we're going to be growing once we get this set up and we can control the moisture and the pests. That's been our main problem here. So I think, you know, we want between 10 and 15 garden beds. So we should be able to fit that in this space. And I think that'll be good for us.
So we're going to, it looks like it's going to rain now. We're going to try to hurry up and take the cat fishing because it's really entertaining. But tomorrow we'll probably start with the greenhouse build. So that's exciting.
Yep, ripping it. Nope. Fats is trying to eat the bait before we can even get the fish.
That's why we named him Fats.
That's why he's Fats. Anything edible comes out, he is on it. He's on it. That hook, and he ain't gonna like it.
All right, Matt, do you think you can catch something first cast?
I think so.
Looks like you got something first cast. Get excited, Fats.
Oh shoot, part of the chicken went flying. You let him get away, Fats. Oh, dang it. You let him get away. Is he away? Round two.
Round two. See, that's the game they like to play. We don't really just take the fish and let our cats abuse them. But if you put it in the shallow water and it starts to swim away, they'll run up and chase it. And they get to embrace those predatory instincts because our cats aren't really like the craziest hunters, even though everyone on God's green earth seems to think that these are just murderous fiends. They're actually pretty well-fed outdoor house cats.
Fat starts off very patient, but if Matt can't catch anything for a while, he starts meowing and getting
He
angry.
knows what yanking the pole, he knows what yanking it means, and he gets upset if you set it and there's nothing on the line when he comes. He gets pretty upset about it. So he's not the best fishing partner, but maybe I'm just not the best fisherman.
Yeah, you got it. He said, go let it go.
He knows the game.
Oh shoot, Big Mittens Jerry's here. There goes the fish. You guys let him go. It's the thrill of the catch, Matt.
For them.
They don't actually want to eat him. You're not very good at this, Fats, like you were the other day. Could you eat these fish, Matt?
Yeah, you'd probably eat them if you had to. I wouldn't eat them. I mean, they're probably pretty clean. This is just a little mountain stream. But they're just tilapia, and honestly, I've never really loved the tilapia flavor. I used to have to eat it a bunch when I was fighting, and I had to cut weight. There's not much to it, but I never really liked it. Now, I already know my boy Joe is talking big boy trash in his head about me flipping my reel upside down, and I know that's wrong, and a lot of y'all are probably tripping big time on that. But the reason I haven't changed it yet is because last time I had my nephews here, I bought this fishing pole for them, and he uses it this way. So every time I look at the pole upside down, I could just picture his little hands and his little knuckles just a turning it, and I'm sentimental that way. I cannot change it.
Oh shoot, did he get it? And I think he lost
He got
it.
a rock instead. What a loser.
Clearly, Fat Boy likes the small fish. He went elbow deep in the water on that one.
Yeah, and then what happens is he gets confused, and most of this is just exercise for them, because I don't know if cats can see in color or their contrast isn't great, but what he'll do 9 times out of 10 is he'll run out there and grab a little rock and pull the rock up and then just be like, what's going on here? So, you know, it's pretty good times.
All right, guys, it's the next day. Today we are starting to build the frame of our greenhouse. The first thing we have to do though is kind of cut down some of this grass so we can get to maneuvering better, correct?
Yeah, the grass is getting all over us, and it's just, we can just walk through it, but it's got bugs on it and it's getting all over us. So it'd be better if we can just get that knocked out, and then we can start with a nice clean slate. So now I have to dig my post holes. These are going to be a little bit bigger than this one because I want to be able to walk under this roof. It's going to be solid. So I got to get the posts in so that I can then start building my structure and get the frame up today. It's early. It ain't looking like it's going to rain. So if we can get this frame up, we can hopefully get this erected, and I can embrace my inner Amish that builds a whole barn in a day.
All right, guys, the holes are now made. It's time to, what, you got to cut the bamboo still, or you got the pieces?
I got the pieces. I'll have to cut them when we go to build it.
Okay, he's got the pieces. It's time to put them in the holes. Things are going pretty quickly here.
Gotta find the straight pieces. They're not perfectly straight, but the straighter pieces.
If you guys missed the episode, all this bamboo is being repurposed. It was rescued when Hurricane Ernesto came by. It blew down tons of the bamboo on the property. It was a nightmare to clean up, but we were able to clean it up, pile it here, let it dry out, let it soak so that it's not going to shrink anymore. And now we're being able to use it to something beautiful and let something that's fallen rise again.
This is what Matt looks like when he's figuring things out in his head. You don't interrupt him when he's doing this.
Matt bird mouthed the top of the bamboo, which is something new I learned about, where it's kind of curved and it holds in the other piece of bamboo. So now we are figuring out the roof situation. Obviously we still have to go buy clear panels. That's gonna actually cost some money, but this is what it looks like so far. I think it's coming along. We're still figuring out how you're going to lash the bamboo together, right?
Yeah, I can lash it. I can use like a thin hurricane strap to stick it together. It's really light and those panels don't weigh anything. So I might tie it together with rope or twine, or I might just hurricane strap it. I think the rope tying it will look cooler. It's a little more rustic and it's probably cheaper. But my overall goal with this entire garden area and greenhouse was to get, I wanted 1,000 square feet of vegetable garden and mixed with greenhouse, and I wanted to do that for under $500. That was my goal. All in, I wanted to be...
Even with the soil that you're gonna put in the beds?
The soil I can make. The goat's been making my soil for the last 7-8 months. They've been stomping and duking and hooving it around. I have some looser soil that was excavated. So I have some of that I can mix in, and then I have the mulch. I don't have really any compost, but I'm assuming that goat poop is kind of like compost a little bit. Not really too much.
Plus,
but
we could spend the money.
I have a bunch of different stuff. But yeah, I mean, maybe I'll do like one bed with that and then see how it does. And then,
because we know it works better.
Yeah, but the thing is with a bed is you can fill most of it with other kind of soil and then just topsoil it with that, high grade stuff. So I want to experiment with those a little bit. Some I'm sure will get more soil, but I'm talking about for mostly the structure alone. Clearly I'll have to plumb in irrigation at some day. The door, if I build a real door or something, or I add something onto it, it can get more and more and more. But initially I just wanted somewhere safe where I could plant vegetables, where I could sprout my sprouts in a greenhouse, keep it safe from predators, safe from birds, safe from iguanas, and I think I'm going to be able to do that. I'm well under that now, but after I buy them panels, that's going to be the biggest hitter of the build. Right, so I went ahead and hurt my pockets. I spent 90% on my budget just on these plastic panels, so I'm gonna have to get creative if I want to stick to my $500 budget, because I only got about $15 more to spend. I got about 100 left to spend, but I went for the Sun Tough because they said that this doesn't turn more opaque and crack in the sun. They say this stuff does better, so I went with the buy once, cry once. The bamboo is free, so I can always make those repairs, but this is one of the things I need to work. So one of the things I fell into here that I kind of made a mistake on, not a mistake really, I was actually too perfect, if I'm being honest.
Now, Matthew.
So,
I wouldn't say that exactly.
As you can see, my roof panels are pretty much almost exactly end to end. I would prefer a little bit of overhang, so that can be solved probably a bunch of different ways. The ways that I'm thinking I can solve it one of two ways. I can either put the wall on the inside here, frame on the inside, and that would buy me some. And I could frame on the inside here. I lose a little bit of inches and I lose that cool post feeling when you're inside, but maybe that's cooler. Or because it's going to be a piece cut off for this wall regardless, I can just use that bottom piece, double it up and layer it off that way. So that way I can reuse that material as well. So really not too big of a problem. Would have been nice and clean though if I just could have had one piece across, but I didn't want to lose any depth. I originally wanted to build this twice as big. Kristen said, do we really need a greenhouse that big? Let's think about them greenbacks, boy. And so I said, you know what, we can cut it in half, then we can build a smaller one. But I wanted it to be big. It ended up being the exact size. So, you know, not far off. It will work. I think it's going to work and it's going to be beautiful.
All right, guys, we have a lot more work on this project to do, but our time has ran out this week. We got a lot of other things to do, and we want to finish. Oh no! The cats are fighting. It scared me. I thought something was attacking our cats, but it's just the cats.
Not this sweet boy.
Anyways, we have a lot of work to do on the bamboo fence. We have the other few sides to do, so we'll probably do those off camera if we have time, which we never have time.
I still have a little bit more design specs to go through because I don't want to get too deep into it and then be like, oh, I wish I'd have changed this, because I will have to cut those panels. So once the panels are cut, that's it. Those were not cheap. Those were $27 per panel.
They were?
Yeah, outrageous. But they're supposed to be really good plastic that holds up over time, and it's something that's meant to be in the sun. You know, we're gonna want that to keep from cracking and keep the water out and keep it nice and juicy in the greenhouse for my plants.
Nice and juicy. All right, guys, so thanks for watching this week. Make sure you thumbs up and like it. Check out our Patreon if you want to see any real-time updates, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.